This is Charlie Sylvia, and allow me to take you with me back to 1963, Friday, November 22nd, 1963, to this very spot, Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. This is where the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy occurred on Friday, November 22nd, 1963. Now, despite the fact that I know virtually every square inch of this site, I decided to visit it personally so that I could share it with all of you and absorb it for myself. So right now, it's just about rush hour in Dallas, and you can see the Texas School Book Depository right here at the corner of Houston Street and Elm Street. And we're going to take you there in just a moment. I'm going to cross as soon as this light allows me to, and that'll allow us to get into Dealey Plaza and show you where it all happened. So I'm crossing now, and this is where President Kennedy took that sharp turn. Now, he had proceeded on Main Street. The motorcade ran from Dallas Love Field, where Air Force One arrived at approximately 11, I believe it was around 11:25 a.m. And right here is where the motorcade took a sharp right. It would be to our left, and proceeded down Houston for a very short length. And it was just about here where you see those two garage doors where Nellie Connolly, First Lady of Texas, married to Texas Governor at the time, John Connolly, who was also shot in the assassination attempt, or the assassination, I should say, leaned over to President Kennedy and said, referring to the warm reception that the crowds were giving him, well, Mr. President, you sure can't say that Dallas doesn't love you. And he actually leaned back and looked at her and acknowledged that comment. And all the while, up on the 6th floor of the book depository was the assassin. It was the 6th floor on the corner there, all the way to the right, next to the radius windows that you can see on the 6th floor. I'm going to try to zoom in. Here we go. I'm pretty new with this equipment still, so please bear with me. There we are. That window right there, that was the assassin's perch. And you can actually see that white box, which is part of the 6th floor museum at the Texas School Book Depository. Let me do a 240 degree for you to see what we're looking at here. This building right here on the corner of Main and Houston was at the time the Dallas County Jail. And there were actually prisoners. You can see the bars if you look closely. There were actually prisoners looking through their bars, looking through the windows down to see the president's motorcade. And right back here is the old red courthouse, they call it today, which includes a visitor center. But back then it was the Dallas County Courthouse. And let me just take you back over here. And again, that's the book depository. Now let me show you Dealey Plaza itself. And it was quite a beautiful civic, I guess, square, if for lack of a better term. The design is really, really captivating, and now we're making our way to where President Kennedy lost his life. So again, once the motorcade reached this corner, and this is the corner of Houston and Elm, it took a sharp left turn at the Texas School Book Depository. And again, now it's the Dallas County Administration Building, and on the 6th floor is obviously the 6th floor museum dedicated to that horrific day. And we're actually going to cross, and I'm going to show you where that famous Zapruder film was taken. Dressmaker Abraham Zapruder took some time off. He was a very